organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on this live edition of Daily Iowan TV,
President Bruce Harreld is the focus of backlash again, but this time it's about a comment he made about unprepared teachers. Find out what he said next.
It's finals week, and that means stress, and more stress. Find out how the university is trying to make a difference in student mental health coming up.
Coming up in sports,
one Hawkeye defensive lineman is hoping he gets a couple more chances to run out of the tunnel at Kinnick Stadium.
All that and more coming up.
This live edition of Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Nikki Crossway.
And I'm Jordan Maloney.
President Bruce Harreld is under scrutiny once again after saying that unprepared teachers should be shot. Harreld made the statement in a meeting on December 9th after a question about instruction and lesson planning from a staff member. Harreld said that it was an unfortunate off-the-cuff remark and has sent out an apology to the staff member who emailed Harreld and criticized his statement. In the apology, he said, quote, "Frankly, I have used the comment in many forums, and this is the first time anyone has objected to it. I apologize and appreciate your calling my attention to it," end quote.
We have more details about the hit and run that left an 18-year-old girl dead early Monday morning. The victim's name was Emma Lee J. Jacobs and is a student at Iowa State University. Jacobs was reportedly found around 7 a.m. in the middle of the street by an Iowa State police officer. The officer performed CPR on Jacobs until medical help arrived. She was taken to Mary Greenlee Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. Ames police are now turning to the public for help and asking for anyone with knowledge of the incident to contact the police department. The president of the university, Stephen Leith, also said it's always difficult to see a young life taken, particularly when it's one of our students who had only been with us for a few months. The Ames Police Department is investigating this tragedy as a hit-and-run accident, and I joined the Ames and ISU Police Department in encouraging anyone with information that may help identify the driver of the car to contact Ames Police.
The final GOP debate of the year takes place Tuesday night in Las Vegas. Of all candidates' pictures, the leading 9 candidates, Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Carly Fiorina, John Kasich, and Rand Paul will face off at 7:30 p.m. Some of the main topics the candidates will focus on Tuesday night are immigration, racial tensions, the economy, income equality, Obamacare, ISIS, and more. Donald Trump is leading in the polls nationally, but Cruz is now the frontrunner in Iowa.
University officials are hoping a new space will make it easier for victims of sexual assault and other trauma to tell their story. Daily Iowan TV reporter Alicia Lamas has the story.
On November 20th, the UI Department of Public Safety opened up a new interviewing spot for victims of sexual assault and other traumas. It's called the Soft Space. The room, which at one point had just a table and chairs, has been remodeled to include more welcoming features like carpeting, soft lighting, blank journals, and soft rocking chairs. UI police are trying to make the interviewing process less of an interrogation and more of a conversation with victims.
Happening nationally, so other law enforcement departments across the country are utilizing a similar space to try to improve the experience that crime victims have going through the criminal justice system, and that's when I brought them to Director Vizin and said, what do you think about doing this project here? And he enthusiastically agreed and got the ball rolling.
On the wall in the room includes a phrase, "Start by Believing," which is the slogan for a public awareness campaign aimed at changing the way communities respond to sexual assault.
You know, sexual assault is a problem on college campuses. We know it occurs, and anything we can do to improve the response, the way the victim and survivor feel about their experience with law enforcement or any type of investigation in general is a good thing for the university and for us.
UIPD also says that the room is open to other surrounding law enforcement if they need this kind of space. Alicia Lamas, Daily Iowan TV.
Bill Cosby is fighting back and trying to save his reputation by suing for defamation. Cosby is suing several women who accused him of sexual assault, saying that they are responsible for defaming his reputation and causing emotional distress. Cosby's lawyer said that the women's accusations were false and were only made to make money. Since the accusations, Cosby has been stripped of various honorary titles and couldn't proceed with his new comedy on NBC. Cosby is suing 7 of the 40 women who accused him of sexual assault and is hoping to collect damages and public retractions from each.
Nikki, I don't know about you, but it was pretty cold when I was on my way to the studio today.
It definitely was, Jordan, but there is still no snow. Andrew, what is our forecast looking like? Any snow?
That's right, guys. It was much colder this morning than it has been previously, but don't expect it to stay that way or to see any snow anytime soon. Taking a closer look at Wednesday's forecast, it is going to be another unusually warm morning in December as we are expecting temps to be in the mid-40s with partly cloudy skies. Heading into the afternoon, oddly enough, the temp will drop down a bit to 40 degrees. And wrapping up your day on Wednesday evening, expect forecasts for most of the night with temps hanging around the mid-30s. As for the rest of your finals week, Thursday the temp will cool off as highs are to be in the low 30s with overcast skies, and Friday is expected to be much the same. Thankfully on Saturday the skies will clear up as many students will be heading home for the holiday break. But for those of you staying in town, expect the temp to be under 40 all day long. Sunday the temperature will shoot up to a high of 49 degrees, although it will be mostly cloudy. Finally, on Monday, expect the warmer weather to continue on as highs are set to be in the low 40s, along with continued cloudy skies. That's all the time I've got here for you in the weather studio. Enjoy this unexpected warm weather while it lasts, Iowa City. Back to you at the desk.
As the semester comes to an end, many students on the university's Iowa campus are hitting the books for their final exams. The main library on campus has extended hours, and many students are flocking to the library to study late into the night. When finals roll around, many students feel the pressure. Some will forego healthy habits like eating well and regular sleep schedule, all in the effort to cram as much study time in as possible. One student at the university explains the stress it puts not only on her mind, but her body as well.
I definitely get less sleep because I'm more of like a person who has to focus and like study for long periods of time, and I'll take breaks, but like I'll get less sleep during the week, like especially since it's like you'll have early finals or late finals. Like this finals week, like all my finals are either really early in the morning, like the first time slot, or like the last time slot at night. So my studying is just basically during the day, and then it's like I'll sleep for like maybe 4 hours a night.
Because finals week is so stressful, the university is trying to help ease nerves with puppies. The IMU welcomed some furry friends to campus on Monday night. Therapy dogs were waiting to give students a chance to relax and play with very well-trained dogs. Bringing these dogs in is a 5-year-old tradition that many students look forward to each time finals exams roll around. There were many dogs ranging from types of breeds and ages. For a dog to become a certified therapy dog, it has to go through a lot of training, but also requires a specific type of dog.
A threat made early Tuesday morning in California that closed over 900 schools is now thought to be a hoax. An anonymous source sent a violent threat to Los Angeles school board members by email. It detailed information about bombs, assault rifles, backpacks, and packages that were left on various campuses. The person claimed to be a victim of bullying and that he had teamed up with jihadists. The email was traced back to Germany, but it is believed the location is much closer. All the schools were searched and nothing suspicious was found.
A few lucky Hawkeye fans got an email giving them the chance of a lifetime in Pasadena, California. Over 6,000 students, season ticket holders, and donors received an email Monday letting them know that they would be going to the Rose Bowl. And about 1,000 more got an email saying that the request for tickets could not be fulfilled. The University of Iowa ticket office was given 23,000 tickets to sell, but received over 54,000 requests.
I wish I could go to the game, Jordan, but all the tickets left are a little pricey.
Yeah, I saw that they're going for over $600. But Katie and Mark, are those steep prices keeping either of you guys from going to the bowl game?
I won't be making the trip, but I definitely will be watching on TV. How about you, Mark?
I fortunately will be making the trip, and I look forward to watching the Hawks play in the Rose Bowl on January 1st.
Definitely. Well, it's another week, and yet another publication tabs Desmond King a first-team All-American.
The Detroit, Michigan native was dubbed first-team All-American by the Football Writers of America and by Sporting News.
With now 3 of the 5 media sources naming the Hawkeye defensive back an All-American, King is considered a consensus All-American. King is just the 25th consensus All-American in Hawkeye history. He joins the likes of Niall Cal Jones, and other Hawkeye greats. He is the 9th consensus All-American under current head coach Kirk Ferentz.
There are plenty of stars on this football team, but one that didn't get to make an impact as much as he wished he could have was defensive tackle Drew Ott.
The senior played in a little under 4 games before tearing his ACL, but there could be a good ending to this story.
Ott is applying for a medical red shirt that could keep him at Iowa for a 5th year. Football reporter Taylor Brooks has more.
The devastating words for defensive tackle Drew Ott came on October 13th.
Fortunately, it was confirmed after going through tests that Drew did tear his ACL, so he's going to be done here.
Ott's replacement has been redshirt freshman Parker Hesse, who's been filling the void very nicely with 2 sacks and 42 total tackles on the year, and with a Big Ten Freshman of the Week honor.
There's a great tradition here at the university, a lot of great programs, and that's the reason a lot of the guys come here. We have a lot of guys who, obviously fits from a football program standpoint, but they really feel welcome and feel that they have a good opportunity.
But the two could be seen on the field together next year as Ott is applying for a medical red shirt.
It's got to go to the Big Ten and they have to reject it, and then it goes to the NCAA, and then they have like a board or something, and the board rules on it.
After ACL surgery, Ott made the decision to also get surgery on his dislocated elbow.
Deal for Drew, certainly. He's a tremendous young guy. He's done everything he possibly can, and especially tough because he just fought back from that elbow injury. He's been playing less than 100%, pretty close last week.
Even though Ott will be sitting back watching the Rose Bowl January 1st, he still wants to be a part of it in any way that he can.
Just supporting the team. I've sat out the last 6 games or whatever it's been, so I'll just help the younger guys and develop them and tell them what I'm seeing on film and hopefully get them rolling in the right direction.
There is no telling when the news will come about a possible red shirt, but Ott hopes it'll be soon.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully sometime in December, I hope so. Feeling pretty good about it, and I think I got a good chance, hopefully.
Reporting from the Hanson Family Performance Center, this has been Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes baseball team had a busy offseason as Coach Rick Heller and his staff nabbed one of the top recruiting classes in the country. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Colin Murphy has more.
The Iowa Hawkeyes baseball team got good news when they had 11 players signed for the 2017 recruiting class this year. 2 junior college transfers and 9 players rated in the top 500 by perfect game. The Hawkeyes have the 3rd best class in the Big Ten following last year's first-ranked class.
This recruiting class was a very good one, following a really good one from last year that was ranked #1 in the Big Ten. And we knew as a staff when we came to Iowa that these 2 classes were going to be big. We were going to be turning a lot of guys over, and that they would be the future of Iowa baseball. So, it's awesome. The work that the guys put in those first 2 years really helped us jumpstart the recruiting. And it's going well with the younger classes, with our commits in 17 and even 18. So we're really happy about the direction our recruiting is going and direction of the program in general.
Entering his 3rd season as the head coach of the baseball team, Coach Heller believes that the recruits are arriving to the program with a set of expectations to bring the program to new heights.
The great thing is that these guys are coming in with the bar set high, and that's thanks to the guys that have played the last couple of years, and it makes things a lot easier when the expectations are there when those guys get here.
Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Colin Murphy, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes open up spring play this year on February 19th in Dallas, Texas against Dallas Baptist. On Wednesday's edition, we catch up with track star Aaron Mallett.
We also head over to Carver Hawkeye Arena, where we will hear from head coach Fran McCaffrey before they head to the Big 4 Classic this weekend to face in-state opponent Drake.
Jordan and Nikki, back to you. That's all we have time for tonight in this live edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. I'm Nikki Crossway.
And I'm Jordan Maloney. Have a great night.